right, black and white sports reporters. Well, let's check in on Angel Reese. As we know, she missed the last game of the year. Let's check just to be sure that we've got all of our ducks in a row here.
I have a take on Angel Reese that I'm sure will trigger a bunch of people, but I think Angel Reese, and I'm saying this with my chest out, I think she's quit.
Let's just take a look. She missed the last game. It was Thursday against the New York Liberty. Yep, okay, right there. Let me scroll down. She missed with a D&D injury/illness.
On the Chicago Sky. She's been claiming a back injury basically since the All-Star break. And there's no details. Every day we hear that Angel Reese is day to day.
Angel Reese sat out 3 games with a back injury. Fans assumed she was recovering, resting, doing everything to be ready for a playoff push. But then hours after the Sky's season-ending loss, she drops a TikTok dancing on a private jet. That moment exploded online. Was she injured, frustrated, or sending a message to the team? The contradiction was so sharp that her teammates reportedly didn't know what to think. Today, we're breaking down why that single video became the turning point for her image, her team, and maybe her entire career. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. Costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Imagine this, your team just got bounced out of the season, the biggest stage you've worked for is gone, and the player everybody calls the face of the future isn't on the floor because of a back injury. People assumed she was being held out to protect her health, maybe saving her body for a run next year. Then, hours later, Angel Reese posts a TikTok of herself mid-flight on a private jet, dancing, laughing, living it up while her teammates are probably still replaying missed opportunities in their heads. That clip didn't just feel off. It looked like a completely different reality from the one her team was living.
Now, it's our understanding that, of course, she's got some kind of a back injury, correct? Okay. Okay. Well, and we all know she wants the hell out of Chicago, I guess.
And every week, there's no update on what she's struggling with, what she's doing. There's nothing. There's no information about Angel Reese. I think she's quit on this season. I think this is a worse version.
It's weird. You want out, but you're the one that actually did it. Maybe she did it to find her way out of town. Maybe that was the master plan. But this hurt back is big.
Then Kawhi Leonard. I think she's using her back as an excuse to sit out because she doesn't really care about basketball.
The timeline of her injury makes the video stand out even more. She sat out multiple games when the playoff push was right there, the kind of stretch where every possession matters and every star has to squeeze out whatever she can give. Fans were told Reese had a back problem, and the Sky had to regroup without her presence in the paint. Sitting on the sideline usually builds the kind of sympathy where fans rally behind your recovery. But when the season ends and, instead of rehab updates or team bonding, what people see is high-energy dance moves on a luxury jet, the sympathy turns into confusion real quick. Inside the locker room, that disconnect risks becoming even bigger. It's one thing for social media to jump on a clip and spin it into controversy. But when the people who practice with you, lift with you, and sweat with you every day don't know whether to take the injury card seriously, that starts to fracture trust. Reports floated around that teammates were silent, unsure of how to respond. And silence says a lot because had there been public support or even playful defense, it would have softened the blow. Instead, their quiet reaction gave the sense that even they were struggling to understand where Reese's focus was. For fans, though, the message didn't look confusing at all. It looked loud and clear. To many, it was like she chose clout over grind. Think about the reactions. Memes were flying nonstop, Twitter threads picked apart every frame of the TikTok, and debates got ugly fast. One wave of fans blasted her with side-by-side comparisons. Clarke finishing games in pain, taking elbows, rushing back into sets. Angel Reese showing off smooth moves on a plane while her team just got eliminated. That comparison hit hard because it made it look like Reese was operating in a totally different universe than what the league wants from its stars. The backlash didn't stop at jokes either. Angry messages piled up, fans posted comments calling it disrespectful, with some even accusing her of not caring about the team at all.
Some people have questioned the hurt back as to maybe the back's just not that hurt at all. She just didn't want to play. She tapped out. She quit. However you want to word it.
I think she looks over at Clarke and says, hey, Clarke is out with a legitimate injury. I proved my point before the All-Star game when I went on a 10-game run trying to justify being on the All-Star team.
That speculation has been out there. Sky All-Star Angel Reese boarded a private jet. My goodness. For a postseason trip hours after missing Chicago's 91-86.
First ballot came out when the first voting results came out about the All-Star game, and I was 13th. Holy cow, Angel Reese panicked, started playing hard, tried to put up some stats to justify being on the All-Star team, did that.
On the other side, her defenders clapped back just as loud. They argued that enjoying a dance video doesn't erase her talent or her competitive fire, that she deserves to have moments of joy off the court, and that policing an athlete's downtime sends the wrong message. The internet basically split in two, and the argument itself grew bigger than the clip. The more attention the video got, the more it shifted Reese's brand into controversy territory. Algorithms did their thing, replaying the 20-second clip endlessly across feeds, and suddenly everyone had a take. ESPN panels referenced it. Debate shows hinted at whether Reese cared more about her profile than her production. When the narrative began evolving beyond the injury itself, that was the point people started wondering if the whole thing was maybe more calculated than random. Was this really just bad timing, or was it her flexing independence and showing she wouldn't be limited by traditional expectations? And here's the twist. While critics painted her as careless, some saw strategy. Maybe getting attention, even negative attention, keeps her name in the spotlight during an off-court stretch. Maybe leaning into brand identity off the hardwood is part of a bigger plan in an era where marketability can rival stat sheets in value. That interpretation flips the story entirely, because now it's not just a video. It's either a player losing locker room trust or one leveraging every ounce of visibility to shape her next chapter. That one clip changed the perception of Reese overnight. It pulled her image from injured star to possible diva in a matter of hours, shifting how the public framed her place in the league. And the biggest question now isn't only about her back. It's whether we just saw an athlete accidentally stumble into controversy or purposely set the stage for her next move.
Season finale lost to the Liberty on Thursday night, as seen in a video on her TikTok page. Reese, who missed the Sky's final 3 games of the season due to a lingering back injury,
and now she said, hey, the Chicago Sky sucked this year. Peace out. No one's going to call her out on that. I came to this conclusion this weekend when I watched the Indiana Fever destroy.
Posted a TikTok video of her and her friend embarking on a getaway amid the star forward's strained relationship with the team. So let's go over here. This is, what happened? No.
The Chicago Sky in Indianapolis on Saturday. Guess who wasn't there? Angel Reese. Angel Reese declined to travel to Indianapolis.
Because if this is strategy, we're not looking at drama. We're looking at a power play that could shake the Sky, the locker room, and maybe the balance of star power across the entire WNBA. So what starts as one quick TikTok on a plane suddenly looks like a fork in the road. Is Angel Reese building her brand while her team feels left behind? Or is she signaling that she wants out and lining up a move to a contender? That's what everybody's debating right now. The truth is her next step is bigger than just her stats or jersey. It's a test for the league. Does the WNBA reward marketable faces or demand loyalty in the locker room? Fans will be watching closely, and every choice she makes adds to that story.